What is up, ACL Nation? Special episode number 23. This is the first time in 23 episodes that we are live. K9 and Meesh here, fresh off of national number 3 from Portland, Oregon. Had ourselves a blast out there. Did a little bit differently, Airbnb style. Meesh, we're kind of kicking it in a semi mansion, I guess you could say. You guys had your own little suite downstairs, but 1 week away from
Yeah,
Ramsey. I,
mansion.
I got 9 days off, Meesh. I don't know what to do with myself. I'm chilling.
You need to sleep, Wally.
I actually did a lot of that today. So I mean that's one thing that I caught up on was sleep. I got two melatonins. I popped them both and I was out for like 10 hours last night. So that's the most
Yeah,
sleep I've gotten
good.
in a while. But fun episode
Much
today.
needed.
We got the doubles champions in national number 3, Eddie Grindersleeve and Kaleb Batson coming in for the interview today. We got some highlights from national number 3 as well as the much anticipated Awkward Knuckles commercial will make its debut here today. And then in a little third interview section, we're going to have a chat interaction. So a chance for you guys to all get involved and ask some questions that you might have for myself and Eddie. It'd be fun. And I guess Kaleb and Meesh are here too.
I don't. I don't think we're live anywhere, Wally.
That's all right. We'll make the most of it. We'll have some fun. You see that we're live on ACL TV, so I'll go ahead and
Oh,
click some buttons here on the back end of things. But how are things
that's
going for
good
you,
news.
Meesh? Are you relaxing? You chilling?
Things are good. It's somewhat relaxing because I still have a kid, a young kid who's in summer. So I am handling that. He has had soccer camp this week for 3 hours every morning. But I have been like the mom that's helped out all the other working moms. So I like yesterday that I had like I was taking 4 kids to and from soccer camp, 4 boys,
Oh man.
loaded them up in the Bronco and took them to and from, and yeah, did that whole thing. So that was pretty fun just to hear like their little conversations and stuff because they're 8, but they act like they're not 8. Like I don't know how to explain it. They're like little
Right,
boys.
right.
They're like
Yeah.
men. I don't know. So it's just funny. Like I was kind of just driving and thinking like this is fun. Like this is a fun role to be in. I don't mind being the carpool mom. I like to hear the fun little conversations and them kind of poke at each other and talk about things, and Rome be kind of like the head of it because it's his car and his mom, and it was just pretty fun, and they're having a lot of fun at the soccer camp. And then 2 of the boys slept over last night, so this morning I had to get 3 boys up and ready to soccer camp.
You guys do like a little camp out in the living room thing, or where do they all
No,
sleep?
Rome's room. He has
Uh,
like a mattress that's under his
mm,
bed that I just pull out for like a
yeah,
third kid, and
gotcha.
then they share. Yeah, so they make it work. But it was just funny trying to get them all. Like I had to get them all dressed in like cleats, shin guards. Where's your soccer ball? Where's your water? I need the sunscreen. Like, did you brush your teeth? Like it was just, and then like, where's your underwear? Like it was just mayhem. Like no, like trying to get them already out the door was pretty funny. But the main thing that I'm excited about is that it's my anniversary today.
I was gonna say I was waiting for the Baggin and Braggin section to bring that up, but is
Oh,
it
we can
nine
move.
9 years?
Yeah,
Is
nine
that
years
right?
married,
Let's
9 years
go.
married, 15 years total together. So right after this, we'll be heading to dinner. We're gonna go for sushi, and yeah, I'm excited.
That's
It should be
awesome.
fun.
Yeah, I'm not as exciting as that. I mean, I got to move, so back
That's
to
moving
back
is
to
like
where it
the
all
worst thing on the
started.
planet.
Yeah, exact opposite of having a good time. I mean, you guys are celebrating, probably eating fancy dinners and enjoying life and drinking your Pinot Grigio. But
Yeah, yeah, that or cocktails.
yeah,
We'll see.
so I went to U-Haul and they gave me the small U-Haul. Like I was like, this is so. First of all, left Portland at 5 in the morning. Got on the plane, got to Denver,
Wait, should
delayed.
I remove the bragging section for a
No, no, no,
second?
no. It's good. It's gonna come full circle to where we made it all
Okay,
happen. So
okay.
we got to Denver for a little bit of a delay, and then we got back here to Kansas City. I Ubered from the airport to the U-Haul facility. It's like 6:30. Got the U-Haul before they close at 7. Drove back to my place. My buddy, bragging on my buddy Jared Smith. He came through. He came over, like, even though it was a very, very tight fit, we Tetrised all the big stuff in there. I still got like a few kitchen appliances and bathroom stuff I had to go back and get, but we got it all in there. Drove back to St. Louis, got here at 2 a.m. So that's basically a 22-hour day. Got done. And then shout out to my other buddy Aaron Lambert. He came over and helped me unload it the next day. So we got everything out, got some things in here, moved this big desk that you can see. I still got the sponsor stuff I got to hang on the wall behind me, but we got all the heavy stuff where it needs to be. So shout out
Where's
to
your booster seat? Look at how much bigger I am than you.
yeah, my booster seat's still in KC, so that'll be inside.
You're supposed to do that. Now you know Nick's gonna come after you about this.
I know. Yeah, well, I'm chilling. I got my comfortable chair. I'm just kind of chilling, relax.
You're straight chilling.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
It's amazing what sleep can do for you. I feel good.
Sleep. Okay, let me tell you. When Rome was a newborn and I didn't sleep for most of that first year, there'd be once in a while that he would actually sleep. And so I'd get like a full night's sleep. And I was like, I'm a new woman, everybody. Like, I'm fine. I'm good. I don't know what I was complaining about. Like, it was like I was born brand new. And then he wouldn't sleep for the next like 4 months. And I'd be like, I'm off the rocker again. I can't do this. So like one night of good sleep. And I was like, I could do this. I can parent. But didn't last long. So yeah, sleep will fix things.
Yeah. Well, I got invited to my brother's volleyball game by my niece. She's so cute. We came in here. She's telling me like little, she's 7 or 8, however old she is. She's telling me jokes and stuff like that. And she invited me to go watch my brother play volleyball Thursday. So I'm like, I was planning on driving back to KC and then coming back here and playing a tournament. But I'm like, you know what? A relaxing day hanging out with the kiddo could be fine. So
I think
she's
it's
excited
important.
to see me. Yeah. She's excited to see me. The dogs are very excited to see me. They don't ever have this much interaction because like my mom loves the dogs, but like she doesn't like the dogs touching her or licking her, you know what I mean? Like she'll take care of them. Yeah, so like she wants them like close, but like on the other side of the gate, like don't touch her furniture. She don't want hair on it, you know what I mean? So
She's all close, but not too close.
yeah, they're excited to have me here in the house, and it's nice to feel loved, even if it comes from the canine variety.
Dude, dogs are like incredible. Like nobody's more excited to see me than Sunshine. Like her whole world lights up. Like it is. There's no human that will ever be that excited to see me. So I don't take it for granted. That's for sure.
Yeah. It's good to be back home. It's going to take me a couple days to get settled back in. I mean, I'm already getting messages from people. Hey, you coming to this blind drive? Coming to that? I'm like, no, I don't want to make any plans.
Taking a break.
Yeah.
All right. Well, speaking of breaks, it's time for our first break here, and we're gonna debut the Awkward Knuckles segment. So enjoy the next 2 minutes.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Oh, Wally, he did a great job. The Awkward Knuckles commercial.
Just watching you in the little screen at the bottom of my monitor, watching that is what makes it worth it. That's so fun. So yeah, it's gonna take a while for that to get old.
That is going to take a while for that to get old. I agree with that. All right. So we are ready to bring on our guest here, Eddie Grindersleeve. We're going to bring him on a second here. We're going to chat with him for a little bit and we're going to take a commercial. And then when we come back, we're going to take your questions or comments. So we are live on Facebook on the ACL Facebook page. So if you want to get your questions in, I will go ahead and make sure that those are read to Eddie. But let's go ahead without further ado. The big winner of the weekend with Kaleb Batson, Eddie Grindersleeve. Welcome to the show.
Oh, what's up, Bubba?
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Where are you at? You in your backyard?
I am, yes.
Nice.
It's a big backyard.
Well,
Hope you got a riding lawnmower for that thing.
I do, yeah.
good call. All right, Eddie. So big weekend that you're coming off of here. I guess my first question is just, what's it been like after this huge win with you and Kaleb Batson?
I think it took a little bit to kind of kick in, realizing that it actually happened. I think at the moment I was just super excited to finally get over that hump. But I don't think it's set in really until I finally got off the plane and got my own car and I was just by myself in my own world that, hey, we finally did it. It's been great. It's been great to know that we finally were able to pull it off.
Absolutely.
I remember talking to you, I'm not sure if it was after New Mexico or where it was. You guys had a close run. You guys really clicked in New Mexico. Maybe because
Yeah,
I
New
picked
Mexico,
you.
yeah.
I think I picked you, and that's probably why you guys are really good. I don't know. Moving on.
Makes sense.
Yeah. But no, you guys were doing really, really good. You guys kind of went on a little hot streak there, and it a lot of it comes, down to you being as consistent as you are, and then Kaleb just stepping it up two, maybe
Yeah.
even three notches. But you guys were really, really close to winning something, and then you were like, "Man, I think I just want it more for KB more than myself." I mean, he's put in the work, and I want to get him that first dubs. So congrats on that, man. But
Yeah,
talk about doing it for him finally.
yeah, we we went into this weekend both feeling good. We played a little bit. We've been really close, but I don't think, it's been a while since we both clicked together. And we both finally clicked and just both played well, fed off of each other's energy. Um, Caleb's out of school, so he's been practicing pretty much every day uh, since he's been out. So I always told Kaleb, if with all the talent that he has, if he put the work in, he would be there with the top guys consistently. And I think that's showing now that he has all the time in the world.
What
Was he
was the
not
difference?
practicing as much as he was
Yeah,
now? Sorry, Mish.
that was my first. Same question, Wally. What was the difference in like during school, after school for his practice?
You know, he's a 17-year-old kid. There's other things that he's wanting to do. Spend time with friends, go to games, things like that. So, uh, now that he's out, he can commit, and I know he's planning on traveling. So, I think it's just starting for Kaleb.
If he's just starting, and this is what just starting looks like, good Lord,
Yeah, that's scary.
that's terrifying.
It's kind of funny though. You said feeding off of Caleb's energy. Like, are you able to pick up on what minor facial expressions or gestures he does to give you some type of excitement? Because I think I've
Oh,
seen him crack a smile once in the airport when it was me, you, and Deb, and then one more smile when he was talking off in the distance to somebody else. Other than that, I've never seen his face change.
so there's a few games that you probably go back and watch on the live streams we were at. Like I said, we were just having fun. So there were times where we would both, one of us would mess up, and we would just kind of laugh at each other and smile at each other, and we were just having fun. I think that was the big difference is we both felt good, and we both were just having fun.
Do you feel like you take on that mentor role with him?
Uh, I do. He's really grown into his self in the last, I want to say, 6 or 7 months. He's becoming a young man, and he's settling into himself. And I think the roles have I'm not going to say the roles have changed, but I don't feel like I'm mentoring him as much as I used to. Now we're both just playing the game. We both know what we can do. And so I'm not having to, talk him off of trying certain shots. He knows what he needs to do. and we both trust each other in that aspect of the game.
One thing that's kind of changing a little bit here with a lot of the carpetbag throwers is a lot of the players are starting to just go in the hole now. They're not trying to block anymore. They're going for these high PPRs. I mean, a lot of you Texas people are close, and that's mainly where I think of the carpetbag throwers right now. But are you guys all kind of having like little gatherings and talking about changing strategy, or just something that happens naturally?
No, this was just something Kaleb and I talked about leading into this. I've always felt like one of my strengths is just going in, and making big runs with bags in the hole. And Caleb's always had that ability. He just likes to play dirty sometimes. And I think he kind of something clicked, and he realized, hey, if I throw 52 bags in the hole, it's going to be really hard for the other person to score on me. So we kind of talked about
Don't
it going
exaggerate.
into.
It was only 51.
To be fair.
So on the broadcast court, we decided that why change anything? We've been all week long. All we've been doing is throwing bags in the hole. We're not trying to block. We're not trying to do anything fancy. And if it comes down to it, to where we are in that situation, we both know how to play that style of game as well. But the goal was just to try to make our opponents uncomfortable.
Making them uncomfortable by making too many bags in the hole. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, just being in the hole every time instead of putting a block up, because in my opinion, Tony Smith is one of the best roll bag players in the game, and that was something that we didn't want to get into. We didn't want to go back and forth with that. And I know Ryan Smith can hit some nasty airmails and rolls, and Ryan Wiedenfeld as well. So we just decided to be straight down the middle for the most part the entire tournament.
One thing I noticed with Wiedenfeld and Smith is that they changed bags going from live stream courts to broadcast courts. What do you guys do when it comes to bad board environment changes? Do you guys throw harder? Do you keep the same bag for the release point, or what's your main focus there?
We stuck with the same bags. They were a little quicker. We both had to throw a little softer than out in the field.
Okay.
But Caleb's been red hot with those bags. I wasn't about to take those out of his hands.
Yeah, so you adjusted your throw.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's a good point. All right, we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna come back with more with Eddie Grindersleeve right after this.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
All right, welcome back, everyone. We are going to continue our conversation with Eddie. So if you are live with us, then please type in any questions you have in the chat there on Facebook. The first question we got, Eddie, was who's the number one pro on your hit list?
Do we lose him?
Oh, are you there? Can you hear us? Well, at least you can hear me, right?
I can hear you.
Okay.
I'll answer that for Eddie then.
Bueller.
I wonder if he lost connection, but no, we are live on YouTube as well. So if you guys can do us a favor, hit the share button, get us some more viewers in here. That way we have any questions. I know Josh Keck wants attention, so he'll be in the chat there as well. And I think
Josh wants attention. Okay.
Yeah, go figure, right?
Got it. Okay, yeah. Well, let me. Yeah, Eddie said he can't hear us right now, so let's see. What? We'll have him probably. Let me remove him really quick and then add him back. Can you hear us now, Eddie? Oh, AirPods are going out.
AirPods out.
AirPods are out.
Duncan Clemmer in the chat over on YouTube. He's trying to start some stuff because he was part of that loss that we were kind of joking around about.
Oh, yes,
Kaleb
rough.
Batson put 51 out of 52 bags down the middle and in the hole, and then on the other end of that was Duncan Clemmer, put 50 out of 52.
Yeah, no, Duncan Clemmer was in probably the worst situation you could probably ever be in. I mean, to throw that well, like that's so defeating. Oh, can you hear us, Eddie?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh, okay, cool. We got you back. All right. The first question from Stephen Thomas: who is the number one pro on your hit list?
On my hit list?
Yep.
Yeah.
Number one pro on my hit list. I would have to say I'm gonna have to go after AJ. He's got me the last few times at big tournaments.
Got your number. All right. Actually, sorry,
Yeah.
Josh. I missed your first question. Josh's first question is, what's your favorite soda?
What's my favorite soda?
Yeah.
I like vanilla Coke.
Well, that's a random one. All right. Looks like we got Kaleb here. I'm going to add him on to join us. Hey, Kaleb, you got us?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
What up, brother?
Welcome.
What's going on?
Not much. Okay. If you have questions for Kaleb or Eddie, put them in the chat. Eddie, another question for you from Susan Sullivan. Who is your rookie of the year? Not someone who was PDC last year.
Rookie of the year, I think you got to give it to Justin right now.
Okay.
He's been
JBJ?
showing out.
Absolutely.
I would agree.
That's your take as well?
Yeah. I mean,
does
hard to argue
that
against
change though?
I
if
mean,
Fisher wins another one?
but he did it. He won singles and doubles, so I feel like that's really hard to do.
That is very hard to do. Agreed. Kaleb, what's your favorite soda?
My favorite soda?
Yeah.
Diet Dr. Pepper. The strawberry and cream, zero sugar one.
Didn't even know that was a thing.
Very, very specific. I imagine they don't have that at too many venues that we go to. So
yeah, I doubt you're seeing that or vanilla Coke very often. I don't think those are common. And then who's the number one pro on your hit list, Kaleb?
What do you mean by that on my hit list?
Like who do you want to take out?
Always Matt, that guy.
Always Matt. That's good.
it's on a lot of people's hit list.
I know. Well, he's a GOAT.
Got a question from Duncan Clemmer. Says, how hard was it carrying Kaleb all weekend, Eddie?
Hey, I'm still tired.
It's exhausting.
This is a question I like to ask whenever we have a lot of the double interviews like this. Which one of you guys is the alpha? Which one's the beta? Because right now, Kaleb Batson's sitting number 3 in the pro division. Eddie's sitting number 50. Are we going with the OG or are we going with the ranking here? Who do you guys consider the alpha?
Eddie's the alpha. Always.
Yeah, I'd probably consider that as well. I think here in Texas, I think my finishes the last 4 years. I think everybody is still trying to get to where I was at.
But I've learned so much from him, so I would honestly say him every time.
How did your partnership come together?
You can
I'll
answer
let
that one,
Caleb
Eddie.
answer this one. Nah, Caleb got this one.
So I was around like 10 years old, 11 years old. I just started playing, and they always told me about Eddie, and I was like, man, he's really good. And so I just kept on watching him, learn from him, see what he did, and then I asked him one time. I said, if I made pro, would you play with me? And he was like, yeah. And then finally made pro, and it's been good
He's a
ever
man of
since.
his word.
I knew Caleb had it in it from the start. I mean, he was able to mimic everybody's throw and just play around until he kind of found his own style. So when Caleb started taking it really serious, I want to say 2020, 2019, he developed really quickly.
Are you
That's
guys upset that we had Braden on before you guys?
Nah,
Braden
he,
Wilson is a beast. Love it.
he. I was joking with Wally because he came so prepared for that interview. Like he had it like all set up, and he was like, like I said a question. He was like, "I'm sorry, can you please repeat the question?" Because like all professional. I'm like, all right. Usually we're just kind of casual having conversations, but he was like, "This is my moment."
Yeah, that's what I'm with right now. We've been practicing this past week, so
There you go.
so
Oh, that was actually one of the questions in the chat. Was how much do you guys practice? Because you guys are fire.
I
uh,
didn't really practice until I graduated, so I've been practicing a lot more now.
Wait. Before you did never practice, you just went to like blind draws and stuff.
I didn't really go to blind draws. I practice maybe like once or twice a week, and
Oh
then on
my
hey,
tournaments.
I'm telling you,
That's
that's why I said that now that he's practicing every day, I think he's just getting started.
this is
That's so
that's
scary.
ridiculous. That is terrifying. Eddie, how about you? What's your practice routine?
I practice pretty often. A lot of it's just at the house. I try to throw it like when I can. I got a full-time job and a 2-year-old daughter, so I try to spend a lot of time at home if possible. But I do try to get out and throw with Caleb, AJ, Kenny Tackett, those guys at least once or twice a week.
Are you gonna put your 2-year-old on the board to practice your air mails?
Hey, she goes out to shop with me pretty much every day when I first walk out there to start practicing. So she's watching.
That's awesome. I mean, it worked for Jim McGuffin, right?
Yeah.
Put the kids on the boards you won't miss. What do you got over there in YouTube land, Wally?
YouTube's kind of quiet. I'm trying to refresh to see if I missed anything, but
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Well,
nothing
Bobby
there.
Gage says that he got smoked 21-0 by one of you. I don't know who.
I don't know.
Don't know.
Bobby.
All right.
It happens so many times they don't know it anymore. So KB, let's kind of talk a little bit about the changes that you've made, and I don't know how long you've been making these changes in the last 2 or 3 months, both physically and mentally. Kind of talk about
Yeah.
how it started and what you've been doing, man.
Well, since September of last year, I've been doing something called the keto diet, where it's like low carbs and low sugars, and I've just really stuck with it since then. Like I've tried it before, but it finally got right and just stuck on it. And then like mentally, here recently, I started talking with Braden's dad, Stephen Wilson, and he's helped me tremendously. Um, just be confident and trust in myself, and have confidence when I go up to the boards and believe I can win any tournament.
What started in September that made you make the changes?
Just wasn't happy where I was
Just
at in life.
need a
I
reset.
mean, yeah, big time.
So now that you have this big win, does that quadruple your confidence, or how does that play into what you're looking forward to for the next national?
Um, just tasting it now makes me want it even more, knowing I can do it and knowing that we can do it.
Yeah. So you think that singles win is just inevitable for you?
Um, I'm ready to get out of my bracket. I've gotten double dipped at the last two, so
Yeah.
What have you done that you think might cause that, or what can you avoid next time to avoid the double dip? Just kind of space out your wins, because I'm telling you, man, whenever
Yeah.
people sit for long periods of time in the king seat, man, they just struggle. So I don't know, maybe go
Or
play a
maybe,
cash game or something. I don't know.
or maybe just lose one. Just double dip.
Be on the other side.
There's always
Yeah.
that.
Throw off on purpose.
The very last, yeah, right before. Jeff asked, how have your changes affected your throw and swing, or have they? I guess would be a better way to say it.
I feel like when I was a lot bigger, I would have to come around my body, and now it just feels like more like straight. Like I'm not coming around, I'm coming just dead straight to the hole. So I mean, it's helped a lot.
Okay. And then how about tips for staying consistent for long events? We'll start with you, Eddie.
Tips for staying consistent. Make sure you eat and stay hydrated. I feel like that's always a tough lesson to learn. You play these long tournaments, long days, and you might have had some Chick-fil-A for breakfast. It's just not gonna help. You're not gonna last the entire time doing that. And you got to put work on the outside, off the courts. You gotta throw and put the hours in, so you're used to throwing that much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a good point. Who's the best player in Texas? That was one of the questions.
Y'all better say Deb.
Hey, Deb's up there. Deb's up there.
No, who you guys got? Who you got?
Man, it's so Texas is so in the last year, in my opinion, has just been so all over the place. With me, AJ, Kaleb, Justin, Logan, we're all just kind of going back and forth here.
Taking your turns.
Yeah, that's pretty much what's gone on. Kaleb and I won conference and state last year. This year it's been Justin and Logan won. Pre-Killer and Foreman won one here. I mean, we've all just all been going back and forth here.
Yeah. We'll get your answer after this, Kaleb, but we're going to run and take a quick break. We'll be right back. I can talk, I promise.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed. It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
All right, welcome back. We had a question before the break. Who's the best player in Texas? So, Kaleb, who do you got?
I feel like you can only name a top 5. That would be my answer. I mean, it's whoever's hot at the time. I feel like we all toss it up between each other. But we'll find
Alright,
out this
A
weekend.
carousel.
We'll find
Yeah.
out this weekend.
What's coming up this weekend?
Oh, we got our state.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Is that going to be live streamed anywhere?
Is Chase on that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, Chase will be live streaming it.
Sweet.
Nice. King of the Hill, right?
Okay, that'll be awesome. So we will find
King of the
out.
hole.
King of the Hole. That's
King
right.
of the.
Hill,
Hey, I'll
of the
make sure he
Hill.
knows you said that.
No, that's an actual cartoon, but
Yeah.
that's okay. Oh man! All right. So one of the things that you said, Eddie, was that you guys are had really good chemistry. I asked you before the broadcast. I'm curious, what is your perspective on what allows a team to have good chemistry?
Trusting each other. I feel like you know, Kaleb and I, we talk off, we talk outside the court as well. At home we message each other, we talk to each other. So it's not, we're not showing up just to play. We're friends outside of bags. And then on court, like I said, the chemistry that we have on court, we know what to expect from each other, and so we just let each other play the game. And if we have a question, there's no hesitation in asking or giving advice. I know when Caleb's asking me something, it's because he needs to know, and vice versa. I think that's what good chemistry is.
What about
Yeah.
for you, Kaleb?
I think it's just talking off the court is like the biggest thing. It's because when you go to a big tournament, it almost feels like you're playing in a small tournament. It's the same thing. But like I feel like we've been playing for so long now that we know what each other can do. So basically, when he asked me, it's kind of, what do you think? Like, which one would you want to? Which one would you rather me do? So I mean, it's
Mm-hmm.
just we've been playing for a long time, and it's helped a lot.
Yeah, I can kind of relate to that too. Whenever I had a steady partner for a couple of years, like we would start in the social division, we had no skill whatsoever compared to where we're at now. And we used to call each other leading up to a tournament, practice together, go to the tournaments, drive together. I mean, just having that type of relationship is huge. And then whenever he went away and didn't play anymore, like I just fell off. So you kind of got to have somebody there with you, which kind of brings me to Clayton's question over on YouTube. He says, started competing in September and they moved me up to advanced, but I don't have anyone to throw with. I don't see how I can get to that level without having somebody to throw with on a regular basis. Any advice will help. So, what do you guys do whenever you don't have that practice buddy? You're just throwing by yourself. Any advice for Clayton?
So when I throw by myself, I try not to take it too seriously. I learned when I'm out throwing by myself and I'm not throwing as good as I think I normally can. Uh, it's completely different. You got to just go and you got to put the reps in. That's all it is. When you're throwing by yourself, don't stress out about it. Just put the reps in, work on the shots that need work. Um, for me personally, that's what I do. Because if I start playing, ghost games or things like that, and I'm not playing well, I feel like I'll get a little irritated with myself,
Yeah.
and which in turns I feel like I'm not getting good practice. Uh, when I would rather go out there and just take 3 sets of bags, set them on the board, and just put the reps in all sorts of different shots.
Yeah, I can kind of
I
relate
think
to
that's the
that.
best thing to do.
Yeah, good call. Now, do you guys have like the trick shot situations that come up, like the hard cuts or roll shots? When those situations come up, do you take that shot like 100% of the time in practice?
Um, I wouldn't say 100% of the time, but those are shots that you definitely need to have game time moments. So it's definitely good to to shoot them. I have some friends nearby that come out and throw, and they're competitive players, but we all get together and have a good time throwing. Um, and like I said, it's just reps and getting that play time in. And they give me the ability to see different looks. Um, so I always tell people, if you're practicing, just don't get down on yourself and don't get frustrated. Just shoot and put the reps in, and things will come together.
That's such a good point because I'm trying to think of which football shows I'm thinking of, but like I feel like in football shows, like when the team's not doing well, or even like on Ted Lasso, like they just have them go play like a pickup fun game really any sport, like just to get
Yeah.
the joy back in it, but like not to take it too serious. And there's not going to be many opportunities during competitive play where we can just not take it too seriously. So I think that's really
Yeah.
good advice.
And like I said earlier, I felt like that was something that this weekend was, when I say we both felt good this weekend, it wasn't just a throwing, we're playing together and we're laughing and, smiling. Like I said earlier, we both missed bags and missed shots that we normally hit. And all you can do is just, kind of smile and look down at your partner, and Kaleb cracks a smile and laughs a little bit. And, those are the things you got to look for in a game. If you constantly beat yourself up, this game will eat you alive.
Yeah.
Did you want to add to that, Kaleb?
I mean, um, I did laugh once when the first bag of the game in
Hey,
the
I laughed too.
championship.
Hey, I had to laugh
I
too.
think
I was like,
that's
oh Lord.
That was a
keeping it
rushed
light.
commercial, wasn't it? Though you guys didn't have much
They,
time.
yeah,
to
they
Yeah,
do
we
they
got
rushed
down and
us
back.
up
That was
there.
it. We got it down and back. That was it.
Yeah.
Yikes. Yeah, well, that'll do it. I mean, if you're gonna have you're gonna have missed bags for the most part. So to be being light about it seems like a better plan. So I like that. I like that you can laugh about it,
Yeah.
afterwards. Which is like, I guess my next question is like, so how do you handle a loss? Like Kaleb, you obviously had a big loss in singles in your bracket, like so, and then you had to go play on a broadcast. So
Mhm.
like, how were you able to stay focused and not let that get to you?
Um. Uh. Basically, Eddie. I didn't want to let him down. Um. I mean, I wanted to win my bracket, but I know that we already won our bracket, so we got something to finish, and I don't
Yeah.
want to let my loss bring him down. So I got to be there for him.
So do you guys like doubles better than singles? I feel like every pro likes singles better.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah. I think over the years it's been different. I've done really well in singles pretty much every year I've played. But this year, I felt like me and Kaleb, we were due one, so I've really enjoyed throwing singles this year.
I like doubles. Singles gets boring.
That's exactly how I feel, Kaleb. I am glad I'm not
Yeah,
the only one. I think singles is so boring.
Yeah.
I like singles personally because it's a chance for me to reset every single round. Whereas if I'm on the other end in doubles and I have a bad round, which rarely happens with someone of my skill
Yeah,
set, but like
never,
let's say
never.
that I accidentally throw like a 3 or a 4 or something in one round, then I'm sitting there stewing on it, and I'm like, man, I just let my partner down. If we lose this game by 2 points, I cost him the game, stuff like that. So yeah, I'm the
That's the
opposite, man. I
common
need that mental
answer.
reset. Yeah.
Oh.
That's the common answer though. Like how did you guys, I know you have good chemistry and a good relationship, but like a lot of people have that exact issue. So what advice would you give
On getting down on yourself.
about being worried about what your partner thinks about what you just did?
Uh, I mean, I think everybody thinks that. I don't think you ever get over that. I think you got to take the good with the bad. Um, and there's times we've been so close, and like Wally said, I've you know gave up a 2 or 3, and we lose by 2 or 3. Uh, and that always beats me up a little bit. But uh, we always try to bounce back. We talk it out. We
I feel
figure
like
we
it comes with
gotta. We're
experience.
still playing. Yeah.
What
Just
do you mean, Kaleb?
experience and playing with that partner a lot. Like,
Mm.
um, I just feel like that's what helps with us is we've been playing for 3 years, so um, we know each other's not upset. We've had tournaments where I've thrown bad and he's thrown really well, and then there's tournaments where I've thrown really well and he was a little off, and we just get through them.
So Caleb, you age out of the juniors division this year, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so you age out, and then we already talked to Braden Wilson, called in the future about moving up. Who else in Texas are we sleeping? I know Sammy Soto's the name that pops up. So other than
Minnesota.
Sammy and Braden, who are we sleeping on in Texas that we don't know about yet?
Um, you got any, Eddie?
No, I don't.
I guess Braden's sister is the one that I've heard a couple of people say.
Braden's
Yeah,
sister in a
that's
couple
what-
years.
Oh yeah. Oh
That's
yeah.
what I've heard. Heard she's coming up. There was a question over there on YouTube. I don't know if you saw it, Wally, but I thought that was a pretty good question. It's for Eddie. He had a daughter. She's 8 months old. So how do you go about justifying to your spouse that you need to get those reps in without having turmoil?
Oh man, I ended up getting a shop, so I didn't have to leave.
There you go.
It's
Buy
an
a shop.
expensive solution.
You know, it was tough. So I'll say, when my daughter was born, 2 weeks after, I had to go play in Vegas for a national, and it was really tough to leave at that moment. But my wife supports me in everything. She knows how much this means to me. So when it came down to it, we talked through a solution about how I can practice and be at home, and that's how I ended up getting a shop. But there's still days, I play league night, and I'll go out and I'll throw with other people. But I try to make it a point to when I get home, I try to spend time with both of them, and then I'll leave for a little bit. So I always try to. And when I'm at home by myself and I'm going out to throw by myself, I always wait until my daughter goes down. But I definitely remember, when she was 8 months or 18 months, difficult of a time that was to try to work that in my schedule. It was extremely tough.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm sure Devin Harbaugh is going through this right now, to where you're
I'm
trying to
sure he
balance everything, because you also want to be there for your family. So it's a lot of balancing.
It is. It's a total balance act. All right, guys. Unfortunately, we are out of time for the interview. We're going to take a quick break and come back with highlights from our last event. So everyone stick with us. Eddie, KB, thank you so much for joining us, and good luck at your next event.
Thank you
Good
for having us.
Thanks, guys.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. Tranquility Base here. It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Welcome back, everyone. We have reached the part of our show where we get to go through highlights. So thank you, Wally, for all your hard work to put these together. And which one do we want to start with? I
start
would
the
say
small one.
Awkward's my favorite, so we're going to save that one. What?
Let's go to the small one. Start with rolls.
Oh, you cut in.
Oh, am I?
Rolls. Okay.
No.
Okay, we're gonna start.
Hello.
You're back.
Okay.
You're good. All right, we're going with
Yeah.
rolls.
So surprisingly, not too many
Rolling.
rolls. Just a lot of pushes and
It's slinky
pair moves.
season.
Yeah. I mean, our court was just blessed with so much airmail talent, but we had to get the rolls in there. Even if they're accidental here from Cheyenne, they still count. They all
She
go
didn't even
in.
look happy about it.
She didn't know she was doing. She was like, "Did I just roll that?" Like,
Like, what the heck?
yeah.
What did
Jacob
what?
Gore, though, when you get the Gores on there, they're definitely rolling, cutting backwards. It classifies as a roll for me.
Ooh, that was nasty.
Tyler and Kobe. It seemed like doubles had a lot more role players in it for us. I mean, even the reactions are the best for me. Jacob there,
know.
Jackson, sorry, surprising himself there, and then your boy
Fingers
here
crossed.
at the end. I love the
That one
reactions
was
from both players here.
disgusting. Like, what? How did that even happen? What is going on?
Yeah, so that's it.
All
Not
right.
too many rolls. Let's go with
Not
airmails.
too many rolls. It's apparently slinky season, so
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah, airmails
airmail time.
plenty. I mean, we are absolutely blessed. We got Mr. Stovepipe there himself. We finished off the day with, Matt Guy and Steven Bernasette. I mean, you're getting airmails when it comes down to these players, but we got some pretty good ones along the way. Jimmy Humans here making it clap. Just got a thing about throwing one bag up, making 3 bags fall in the hole. So
No big deal.
Yeah, this was hard to see, but those bags were all stacked on top of themselves. So Andrew Noyes hitting that airmail there backside.
That was the accidental one.
Yeah, I remember that.
What?
Dean Norton was like, "Can we pull that one back out of the hole? Like, it shouldn't count."
Yeah, he said that's slop.
But look at all these short airmails, Meesh, to collect the bag in front of the hole.
Do we really want to bring up that topic? Oh my! It doesn't matter. Bernie doesn't watch our show, so it's fine.
True. I think to Bernie's credit, though, it doesn't happen that much at the beginning of the tournaments, but whenever it does happen with the higher skilled players at the end of the tournaments, you do get it quite a bit.
I think that's a very valid analysis of that shot.
Yeah, I mean, they're just nonstop. Crazy. I mean, you see it time and time again, players landing right on the edge of that red zone. I mean, this one's pretty nasty, only getting his bag to fall right there, Jimmy Graham.
Crazy.
And we got some awkward, don't know what that was.
Yeah, it was a double. It was
spirit fingers, knuckle spirit fingers, I guess.
That's a thing.
Bernasette, Graham, and Matt Guy at the end of this bracket just put on an absolute show. And I'm sitting here going through these highlights. I'm like, okay, this is over 10 minutes. Well, I edited it down quite a bit. This is over 10 minutes of highlights just for my court. Like, I don't really know if we'd be able to do a show if I had all 4 courts footage.
So
it would just be one long show of highlights.
Just a highlight. Well, we could turn them into different commercial breaks, I guess.
Yeah.
Now that we have a live show. But that would be a lot of work.
I love the reactions here. Denise knew it was messed up. She knew she was in trouble. That was a rocket right there from Lamar Popper.
That was.
It's very odd when you see Ryan Smith get that fired up at a big 9-point round there for him. Mm-hmm. Tyler was feeling it in that match. I love it. Tyler was like, I don't know why Mark keeps trying to block me. You can't block me.
Why are you blocking
me? I love when he's feeling like that. There you go. Multiple airmails, and that's probably missing about 2 or 3 minutes of airmail footage just because it's so repetitive after a while. But yeah. I think Trey talked about it. I would have to say Bernasette was around 75-80% of his airmails down the stretch.
Crazy.
So, yeah.
Now he does already throw a high bag, so I guess that's not totally surprising because it seems to kind of fit what he already does, but still very impressive. All right, time for pushes.
Yeah, pushes. These another situation here where pretty much every shot is 3 bags in the hole. I mean, let me ask this question, Meesh. Is Alex Hicks the best pusher in the game right now? You saw the penguin. You saw the highlight.
That was bananas.
I mean, he's accurate. He's kind of getting away from that roll.
Bar soap.
Yep, got a lot of bar soaps in his highlight too. I love Logan's reaction here. Anytime you get Damon and Frank on the court, they're gonna clap and applaud each other all the way to the finals, and just there's lots of respect there.
Yeah. Depending on your opinion, but yes, that is my opinion.
I know you're going there. I know what you're doing. I didn't say it. The penguin there from Logan on the other side, underneath to collect it, and then another bar of soap right there.
Oh my goodness.
He was feeling every single shot. I can't remember looking at that score, but I think that was to keep the game alive. And then the cool thing about having the young kids on our court pretty much the whole day is you can get 2 shots in 1 8-second clip because they don't waste any time.
Yeah, they're so rapid fire.
So good shot there from Kaleb, and then back-to-back great shots there from Jacob Gore.
Took it all.
I think this is 5 bags in one shot. So just
That's
ridiculous.
crazy. How does that even happen?
Yeah, I mean, you got to think like he's not really even that strong to push through the pile like that, but just he's got it all.
Mm-hmm.
I think I should probably start putting music to the background on these.
I mean, it does feel like it's
It's
lacking.
a little quiet, right? You know what I mean? I mean,
A little
it's
quiet.
maybe it's the new Awkward Knuckles song. That's just look at that.
It's
Look at that.
just stepping the
Bar of
game up.
soap and a drip collector from KB.
It's
Yeah,
no big deal.
yeah. The Awkward Knuckles
All right.
song is money, so kind of mimic it. There you go.
I'm
Look
glad
at
it's
that
working.
new intro. Shout out to Korn, by the way.
Ooh, fancy.
No, we just saw these on the highlights. Wafting the airmail, the high five out there, and you get it. I feel like Frank was kind of feeding into the Awkward Knuckles that we called him out on before, so it's like I think he was doing it on purpose now.
Yeah, he wants his airtime.
Yep. He knows now. He's playing it off that way. All the mistakes look good. I don't know what that guy was doing there. It's like the beginning of the game.
I know.
Firing himself up,
either.
maybe, and then just the nonchalant point. But he was happy to finally hit a 12-pack here. Celebrated. Oh wait, I'm playing against Jamie. That's my partner.
Sorry.
Let's show
Yeah.
respect.
My bad.
Slight turkey there. Shout out to the turkey.
Man, there's a lot in that one match, huh?
Little stalker, and your partner just left you hanging, Jimmy. But
Rude.
perfect timing. He played it off and said that they did that on purpose. I said
He almost
"No, I don't
fell
think-"
over trying to give that one.
Yeah. And then Jackson here just hit himself.
Face palm.
Oh, so good. And then just completely ignore Jimmy on the other side. There you go. This
Why
one was
not?
great, though. This one was good. Immediately looks over.
Yeah, just kidding.
These guys were on one in this match. Logan
They
Chamberlain.
were.
So right
They
here,
were on
Logan
one.
Chamberlain in this little situation, he knows he's in trouble. The game is pretty much over. Matt got calling for the clock on him because this is his 3rd timeout in a row in this one shot. And he actually walked all the way back down every single time, called the timeout to go look at it. I believe it was Trey, Stacy, and Bernie on the mic.
It was an icing situation.
Yeah, and Trey was like, well, to be fair, Matt doesn't have to do anything if you miss this shot. So credit to Logan Chamberlain getting in there after, what would that be, over a minute and a half of timeouts to get in there and actually hit that shot. And then Matt Guy finishes it off right here. And then one more insult. All right, you move on, but you're not getting my high five.
He did end up at the end,
Yeah,
right? Like
yeah,
I feel like he
No,
okay.
he did it on purpose. They were having fun.
They were, which is all that matters. All right, guys, that is it for our very first live show. It wasn't without its bumps, but I think we made it work.
Yeah.
So looking forward to next week as we continue to roll through our show. Maybe we'll have an intro. Maybe.
I told Jack he had till episode 26. So I said if we go halfway without doing it, I'm gonna make my own. So we'll see.
Someone said, "Is this Jake Brandon, Allison Baldwin?" Good to finally put a face to the names.
Adam is fired. We'll see him here in the next few weeks as we head up to Green Bay territory. First, we got to get through Viking territory.
Guys. Yep. All right. That's all we have time for. We'll see you guys all next time.
There you go.